I'm pretty sure now that RT stands for really tiny. Hi everybody, and a warm welcome back to MapleLeaf Customs in Switzerland. I'm Andrew, and on the bench today is a 1:64 scale 1974 Hot Wheels Brazilian Dodge Charger. Designed by Phil Reilman, it debuted in the Hot Wheels Workshop Muscle Mania series in 2014 with chassis number BDD21. This one's all decked out in pink with a Women's Day theme. You see that on the hood and the doors, and right down on the runner panels is a series of women's names. But aside from that, you can see that the car is bereft of any other detail. However, it'll all soon be stripped down to be a beautiful blank canvas to work with. The Charger is my submission for this month's Four Horsemen Invitational on the theme of Mopar. I invite you to visit my Four Horsemen colleagues, Paul at Diecast Graveyard, Tom at Spork Syndicate, and Skip at Crossroad Diecast Speed Shop, as well as this month's guest, Cuda's Diecast Customs. They're all great builders and strong contributors to our diecast community. You'll notice 2 themes are scheduled for the month of May. Use that calendar to plan ahead accordingly, and remember that we invite everyone to participate with us, even if you don't have a social media platform. It's a great way to get your work out in front of a whole new viewing audience. I have to admit that I had to look up what makes this car specifically Brazilian. After doing so, I can report that, despite its name, the Brazilian Charger was not based on the Charger, but rather on the Dodge Dart. This unique Brazilian version of the Charger was produced from 1971 to 1980. To live up to its namesake, the Brazilian Chargers were given V8s and styling similar to that of their American counterparts. Production was abruptly halted in 1980 due to Volkswagen taking over the Chrysler factories in Brazil where the Charger was produced. I don't know if a Brazilian Charger is a rare find today or how many originals actually exist anymore. This is the standard set of parts that you see with any Hot Wheels breakdown. Mine has a plastic chassis on it and these plastic wheels, 12 and 10 millimeters in size. I'll definitely be upgrading those. And for safekeeping, as always, everything goes into a little plastic bin. The original Dodge Charger that you're more familiar with was marketed by Dodge in various forms over 8 generations beginning in 1966 as an effort by Dodge to produce an upscale, upsized pony car. American Motors Corporation had already introduced a very similar vehicle in 1965, the Rambler Marlin, which was positioned as a personal car, an emerging market niche. The demand for larger specialty cars was rapidly increasing. Mercury was successful in its execution when it introduced the Cougar, a larger and more refined version of the Mustang that pioneered the pony car concept when it was introduced in 1964. General Motors was fielding specialty models across all of its nameplates. It was inevitable that Dodge would chime in, and they did so with the Charger. It was aimed at the segment that included the Oldsmobile Toronado and Ford Thunderbird, rather than as a muscle car. That's the Brazilian version. I've got lots of interesting stuff coming up for you to watch, including a classic Monkeymobile, in a 3D printed version of a Myers-Manx dune buggy. May 18th is National Red Line Day. The Four Horsemen are sponsoring a build, and then at the end of the month, it's a military theme. Again, make sure you join in with us. We'd sure love to see your work too. Of all the projects I've done during my 5 years in this hobby, I think my Brazilian Dodge Charger may have received the most number of different paint jobs. Starting with this Createx fluorescent green. You say Mopar, I think wild colors. Didn't like it too much, so I went for fluorescent yellow, thinking a nice set of black racing stripes down the middle would look really cool. But I think I dropped this on the floor. And thinking yellow was bad luck, I went for number 3. It's a Tamiya purple. All of these go down beautifully while using my Gaahleri airbrush with a 0.5mm needle. And like it or not, I decided to stick with that one. By the way, the good people at Gaahleri have offered all of my viewers a 10% discount code on Amazon.com, US only, which is good until May 6th. I hope you'll take advantage of that if you can. Leaving my Mopar color frustrations behind, I moved on to detailing the plastic chassis with a chrome pen and a channel logo, as is my practice. Today's community shoutout goes to Wrecking Crew Customs. The link I've left for you in the description will lead you to this Instagram site, which I hope you'll check out. Lots of great builds there. This little Tooned Dodge Charger caught my eye while I was working on the Brazilian version, so I picked this up at the discount store and thought, there's probably about 45 minutes of work to respray this and put another bumblebee stripe across the back of it, so why not make it another twofer today? I'm not a super fan of the tuned cars, but if you're judging them based on cuteness alone, I guess I give it a 10. Hey, it's a Mopar after all, so I'm throwing this one into the mix too. Couple of ghost white racing stripes on top of the purple paint job spruce this one up nicely. The trick is always to get these aligned perfectly, hood, roof, and trunk. A little bit of microset keeps that moist and gives you a little bit of wiggle time to get them just right. Looking pretty good. You know what else this needs? Microscopic charger badges in front of both of the doors. And while I'm going tiny, might as well do it for the Tooned Charger as well. Makes a difference. Part of a complete makeover means an upgraded set of real rubber Samed wheels. These are 12 and 10 millimeters in size, just like the original had, so I'm pretty well guaranteed good clearance. I'm also going to snip out this original Hot Wheels steering wheel and swap it out for one of my 3D printed ones. Another good change. I'll show you separate reassembly clips for both of the cars, starting with the little tuned version. It got a set of Samed wheels too. Admittedly, they're a bit tight on this, so it's not going to roll, but they sure do look good. Here's the full-size Brazilian version. Simple reassembly when you only have these few parts. 2 coats of clear went on to make sure the decals are sealed down. They were well cured overnight in the hobby room dehydrator. The staggered wheels scream 70s Mopar. Let's have a closer look. Glistening beautifully under the lights. Blacked out grille and headlights. I highlighted the door handles and the taillights. Just the essentials underneath. And that's my Brazilian Dodge Charger, or Dodge Dart. This cute little tuned version came out well too. As I said, it really wasn't very much involved in it. A respray and a racing stripe across the back in 70s style, and some Samed rubber. Remember the Women's Day version as it was originally in the silver tuned car? Well, they both got the treatment today. Now looking clean and refreshed and evoking vibes of Mopar muscle from the 60s and 70s. A great era in car design that elicits fond, nostalgic memories for lots of us. I remember them so well. I guess the Charger's probably my favorite out of all of them, even if it's been squished and tuned. Big thanks again to Cuda's Diecast Customs for being our guest horseman for this build. If you participated, don't forget to send us a high-quality glamour pic and use this hashtag in the title or description if you're uploading. Mark down May 18th on your calendar for National Redline Day. And thanks for stopping by my channel again. Come on back soon and often. It's coffee time.